Good morning, UAW Local 862 on this Sunday morning early. I hope everyone's in bed sleeping for the most part. Anyways, so we're traveling up north to Region 1A. Laura Dickerson, she is the regional director. We're going up to the regional office there. She's invited everyone from UAW to come up and hear this contract. So we're all coming down, going to. Anyways, we're going to be going there today. And yesterday I want to remind everyone, thank you so much for coming to the trunk or treat. We tallied everything. It looks like we had about 1,700 members. A lot of kids came. The mayor came. We had a lot of special guests. It was great seeing all come. It was an awesome time. So thank you, and I hope your families had a good day. So anyways, just want to talk a little bit about the voting. I got some feedback. Vice President Shekels, I checked with him as always to get some of the intel. And some of the intel that we're getting is there's some misinformation. Some members are thinking that I've heard it was said that possibly suppressing the vote or parking issues. I just want to give you the most dialed down information possible. So when we brought this out, we didn't have a place to go. We thought we did. The timing moved a week, and it caused a lot of issues as far as trying to find a venue. One thing you have to understand is we have to run inside the timeline or the bookends, right? When the process starts and when it ends, there is a road show and there's timing. So one thing to explain, first, there's 3 phases, right? We'll get the information today. We'll bring that information back. We'll actually be sharing that. We'll be going to the regional office on Wednesday in Region 8. And what we'll do is we'll hear the explanation of the contract, basically like we did today, and we can dial down into it as well there and get some more answers. So basically a second reading with our next level leadership down. Now, once we do that, we'll bring that back, right? And we'll share that with our committee, right? Our committee and national appointed will all come in and meet. We're setting up. We're actually going to have the training over at the LAP Hall, LAP and KTP, production, trades, what have you. And we'll go over the contract. We'll ask questions. We'll do that on Friday. Now, you'll have that information by then, obviously, because it'll come out through the internet quick. We've got the actual contract highlight books that are being sent down to us. We're waiting those. We don't know when we're going to get them. We know we'll get some today, a few. And we'll be able to get information off on that. So after our committee goes through it next Friday, they will have that time to share, right, through the rest of the weekend, through the full week next week. That information will actually go out on the floor. Then we'll have town halls all week next week, right, trying to be able to have explanations. Now, we'll do those individually. Louisville Assembly Plant Leadership, we'll schedule it at the hall based on their timing and how they want to do it. So we're going to be meeting there today, talking about those times that we'll have for those town halls. And then also KTP will have their own at the same time or close to thereof, meeting the needs of all of our shifts. Now, when they do that, that's when you'll be able to go in multiple days, I'm sure, definitely multiple sessions, and then you'll be able to have questions, right? And the good part is we've got 2 national negotiators that'll be back to be able to, we'll share the information with the chairmen that are filling in for their positions, and they'll be working that, and you'll have one-on-one, right, to be able to sit there, ask questions, what, when, why, where, and how, and back and forth. So it'll be more of a smaller environment. You know, we can iron sharpens iron, right, sharpen each other and ask questions and get that out of the way. Now, once we do that, then you'll go to Sunday. Now, Sunday, the reason we have to have it at the Galt House is we went to almost 10 different inquiries. KFEC's got the North American show going on. We wouldn't work the 5th or the 12th. We talked about doing the 5th first, but then International put us into the set, right? The set is all their North American stops that they got to make to go through and share the highlights. So we call it the road show because it's the same group of people. It's about 18 of them that'll come in with our leadership and we'll share that information. They'll be the resident experts in information and then have the vote that day. Will also happen to fall on the 12th. KFEC Yum Center, KFEC Yum Center, also KIC downtown, Kentucky International Convention Center. I mean, we went to 10 different places trying to find an opportunity. And the main thing was we have to do what first? We got to secure a location. And we wanted to share that information as early as possible, and we did. And the reason that we didn't have any other dial down information is just timing. We didn't have it yet. So we want to make sure we get it out just in time to the membership. With that, what are we left with? Well, we're left with the Galt House. They utilize union labor that's got through doing their renovations down there. We also have plenty of parking in the parking garage on the left and the right. So the Galt House East and the Galt House West will have plenty of parking, ample parking to cover what they have already scheduled, what they project, and also with our group. We'll actually have 1,500 chairs seated in the grand ballroom. We'll be voting across the hall in the decoupled zone where you can go and get your votes and should be in and out, should be able to egress in and out very quickly. Now, what will happen is also parking issue free. Nobody has to pay parking. You'll be able to come in and you'll see some event UAW parking signs. You can go in either garage. When you go in the garage, you'll have your UAW ID, your Ford access badge, something that identifies you that you work at either one of the plant locations. And then with that, we'll look at being set up and having the first series of 6 sessions from 9 to 10:30. Now this again has to be finalized today. We're going to have the 2 interim chairpersons, the 2 chairperson negotiators, the negotiating team, the roadshow staff, and we're all going to sit down and buy off on these times to make sure everything's aligned. But tentatively, it's 9 to 10:30, 11 to 12:30, 1 to 2:30, 3 to 4:30, 5 to 6:30, 7 to 8:30 p.m. Now, polls would be closing somewhere right at 9 o'clock p.m. is what we're projecting. Again, based upon this being bought off on up north. Normally the process goes when you come in at 9 o'clock, they'll run through at least one reading of the highlights so we can get the information out, and then someone will make the motion to open the polls. Then you could come in if you already have your decision. You won't have to worry about doing anything as far as going in and listening to the session unless you were to have a question. You can go straight in once those polls are open and go in and vote and leave. So with that, the 13th International is the final day that they have the votes and they want them tallied. So where we fell in our place for that road show happened to be on the 12th. So we wanted to have more time for our members to vote like we did last time. 2 times before that we had 1 day, but it's just how it fits into the schedule. We have our meeting on the 12th. We have to be able to get the information in by the 13th. So we want to get the longest band of hours possible. I think we're 11 or 12 hours to do that. So with that, I just wanted to try to break that down, give you some more information. Again, parking's free, limited locations. Hell, one of the locations that was suggested to us was in Indiana. We wanted to do it close to the hall as possible. So the Kentucky Fair and Exposition Center would have been a good choice. We wish we could have got that, but you're going to have to travel 3 or 4 miles more to get downtown. We will take care of you. You'll have signs, ingress, egress, showing you where the grand ballroom is. So if you have any other questions, please contact the Union Hall, get a hold of Vice President Shekels, get a hold of somebody, your leadership in the plants, and we'll be able to get you more information. But as soon as we get back, we'll give you updated information, hopefully tomorrow, early morning. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day.